855-930-LOVE.
Consider this your invitation to sell. At buysellmakeoffer.com, you can sell as much as you want for the next 60 days without paying any fees whatsoever. Sound incredible? It is, and it's true. Buysellmakeoffer.com is the new exciting way to sell your stuff online. Make extra money right now. Sell your old car, furniture, video games, household items, clothes, even your home. Sell anything that's legal. Load up your stuff to sell right now at buysellmakeoffer.com. This is your official invitation to get on board to sell your stuff right now. Free for the next 60 days. And once you see how easy it is, you'll want to sign up for more because there are no item fees. That's right. Take this opportunity to move items from the other guys and sell it for free. You might even win a Samsung tablet, Amazon gift cards, and other cool prizes. BuySellMakeOffer.com is the future of online selling. You can use Skype to talk to your buyer or seller. Plus, you can use video to showcase your items. BuySellMakeOffer.com.
Good afternoon. It's 4:03. I'm Di Rice with the very latest in live local news here on KCAA 1050 AM. Frank Lindsay has gone to federal court challenging Murrieta's residency restrictions, which prohibit most sex offenders from living within 2,000 feet of a child daycare center, park, or school. Lindsay argues that Murrieta's ordinance prohibits registrants from living within at least 90% of the city. In addition, more than half of the land available to registrants is zoned for commercial use, office space, open space, or other non-residential use. Registrants are required to live in areas where there is a lack of affordable housing, according to Lindsay's attorney. The lawsuit claims that Murrieta's banishment of registrants violates the 5th and 14th Amendment, as well as the ex post facto clause in the U.S. Constitution. Lindsay wants to relocate to Murrieta, where he conducts business. Lindsay's attorney, Janice Belushi, says that the city of Murrieta, on behalf of registrants in October of 2014, when she successfully challenged the city's present restrictions, which prohibited registrants from visiting most areas within the city. And LA and FBI agents yesterday dug up the Fontana backyard of an armored truck driver convicted of pulling off a $1 million theft, and agents recovered about $600,000. The immense pile of carefully wrapped $20 and $100 bills were in a massive bin after excavating the yard of a suburban home in the 9300 block of Marcona Avenue. The home is owned by Cesar Iana, one of the two armed truck drivers who carried out the scheme last year to slip more than $1 million out of the stacks of cash that they ferried from a B of A distribution center into downtown LA locations across Southern California. Inland Empire weather: sunny and hot tomorrow. That is the expectation for the weather. High is about 100 degrees. Today's high, we were supposed to get up to about 92, but we have reached 95 degrees here in San Bernardino, which is where we're at right now. Checking out your drive, things are not too bad out there. Unless you're headed to Barstow, you are going to be delayed about an hour because they're doing road construction in the vicinity out there. Traffic is stopped from Outlet Center Drive, and it's very, very heavy between the 58 and L Street. That is the very latest with news, weather, and traffic on the station that leaves no listener behind, KCAA 1050 AM. This report has been brought to you by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. Each day, more than 1.6 million Americans suffer with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis. Support the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of America to help and to find cures at ccfa.org.
We found the problem with your car.
And
Turns out the carburetor differential modulator is out.
what?
And while we were digging around in there, this thing fell off.
Stop. There's no automotive repair nightmares at Diego Martinez's 5-Star Automotive in San Bernardino. 5-Star Automotive, where you'll get a great experience, and home of the $15.99 oil change. That's right, just $15.99. They specialize in transmissions, brake repair, AC, and many other repairs, all with a lifetime warranty on parts and labor. Diego knows when your auto needs 5-star attention, it's never convenient. He offers a 12-month interest-free auto repair loan on major auto repairs with no money down. He'll even throw in free towing and a 10% discount for his neighbors in the 909 who work for the city and county of San Bernardino. Call 909-387 387-0770. That's 387-0770. Your neighbors at 909 West 2nd Street in San Bernardino.
This is the YouTube Radio Show,
Guess who used to be a fat kid? This guy!
the official radio show that features superstars of YouTube.
Those breasts are amazing.
Take something that you can fix your lips into and just suck on it as hard as you can.
I want to make you goddamn cookies, but I don't want to make them right now.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
Now, here's your host, the Poor Man.
All right, we are here again, the YouTube radio show. I'm happy to announce that we do not, at this point, have a YouTube guest, I don't think. Let me just check here. We had a woman cancel right at the last moment. Let's see. Actually, maybe we do. Let's see here. We've got a gentleman named Dark Skin, and he's a comedian. He's an internet entrepreneur. So literally, this just happened a few seconds ago. We were going to have Lisa Haben come back on our show. She was on about 3 weeks ago, and she was one of these conspiracy theorists, doomsday conspiracy people, which got us into this whole YouTube thing in the first place, saying that the meteor was going to hit the Earth September 23rd and we were all going to die, or not all of us. She said only some would survive September 23rd. So this, of all the videos we have on our channel on YouTube, which just started 2 weeks ago, it's called the YouTube Radio Show, which you guys should subscribe to. Every interview we have, we're going to put up there. This is an ongoing experiment. We're doing something that, quite honestly, is very difficult to get a grasp on, but yet the way at this point in my radio career, it's just I'm not really that excited about doing radio unless I'm doing something new and exciting, and I don't know if this is new and exciting, but at least it's something that hasn't been done. So we're interviewing YouTube stars every single day. A lot of them have never even had radio interviews. We don't know if we can even marry radio with YouTube, but we're trying it. So booking YouTube, Pat just put groundbreaking. It is groundbreaking because, okay, here's something for people that listen to radio shows. It is easier, I would say, to get big-time celebrities to be guests on your show than it is to get YouTube people. It's really, really difficult to book YouTube people as guests because they're quirky. The world of YouTube is eccentric. There's all kinds of celebrities with channels, many of which have huge followings. I don't know that much about it, but it's very, very hard. We've tried to get somebody to book the show for us full time. We can't find anybody who can even book one guest. That's how hard it is to do this. So we have a contact. We're actually part of a YouTube network that includes these conspiracy theorists and includes the gamers who have been on the last 3 days. And, you know, I've interviewed Caveman Films. I interviewed Ant Venom. And yesterday I interviewed Fear Razor. And these are all young guys who are just insane with animation and video. And they have got Caveman Films, 1.3 million subscribers. Ant Venom, 2.3 million subscribers and 500 million views. And then the gentleman yesterday, 365,000 for Fear Razor. And he's like 21 years old, and he has like 70 million views of his videos. So these guys, I mean, they're in their world, they are big-time celebrities. And in my world, okay, this is the hardest, I'll tell you, to be honest with you, this is the hardest guest I've ever had to interview, these guys, because I honestly have hardly ever in my life played video games. Now, I know that probably dates me. I mean, I've been on the radio since before the fax machine. That's how long I've been on the radio. But I've never been a gamer. So here I am talking to guys who are winning gaming tournaments. They're part of Minecraft. And I didn't even know what Minecraft was until I started interviewing these guys. So, I mean, it's been very, very tough to do those interviews. I've interviewed many people who are rebels, who swear on the air. I love the difficult interview. That's my favorite. That's the thing that really is the only thing that gets me fired up about interviewing. Well, I do like interviewing, but these gamers, I'm struggling. I mean, their whole following is 10 to 15-year-olds. And the last couple of days, you know, I'm getting comments that I'm a creeper talking to the callers who are, you know, 10 or 12 years old. I think it's great. I mean, I really do. But it's definitely been a struggle. And we posted their videos, I'll be quite honest, on our YouTube page. And I thought, okay, this is what I thought. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to call my show the YouTube radio show. I'll be doing this thing that is just revolutionary. I'll be the Jimmy Fallon of YouTube. Thinking in my probably what deranged, what remains of my mind, this beautiful vision of grandeur that, yes, I will be the Tonight Show of YouTube, interviewing all these YouTube superstars. And my YouTube channel, the YouTube radio show, actually, it's my co-channel with Pat Matthews. We thought, okay, these gamers are coming on with their millions of followers and their millions of subscribers. We're going to interview them. They love being interviewed. We had a good rapport. The callers are coming in from all over the country, just like a real radio show, just like what it used to be like, just like what it is like elsewhere when you're on a show that has mega ratings. And so we have posted Caveman Films video. We have posted Ant Venom's video on our page. And I mean, you never should really talk about your weakness, but of course me, I just have no filter on my mouth. And horrible performing. 2.3 million subscribers, all these views. That belch describes the response. I think Caveman Films, we had 28 people check out the interview I did with him. Ant Venom, I think maybe is up to 10. And it's, to be honest with you, it's really shocking that with all their subscribers, they aren't going to our channel. And these guys, they've supported me. They've retweeted the fact they're going to be on the show. They love being on the radio. But for whatever reason, I guess their young audience wants to see Minecraft videos and things that they're doing and not hear what they're all about. Either that or my interview just sucked and I'm not asking the right questions. So this, I mean, when you have no blueprint of how you can do a particular show, it always goes through my head because I tend to be a glass half empty kind of guy at this point in my career because I've just been beaten to a pulp so many times that I just remember when I first started, I go on the radio and it was like having the best orgasm of my life. It was like, oh, wow, this is so amazing. And had a great run from when I first went on for about 12, 15 years, something like that. Just phenomenal. And then once you get fired and you're going through the trenches, you're open to just all the negativity. I mean, it just, and then you yourself are going, you're struggling. Can I get it back? Can I do this? And you forget the fact that you just enjoy doing radio shows. That's the reason you do it. But eventually you just become a glass half empty thing. So I'm doing this YouTube thing. And when I'm not getting response from gamers who have millions of subscribers, like just for instance, Ant Venom, who was on 2 days ago, his most popular video has 20 million views. 20 million, which is insane. And most of them have 1 million or more. And then, you know, and 500 million views total since he started in 2010. You're thinking, okay, if that guy, if they let everybody know about our channel, and they have, we're just, our channel is going to blow up. The YouTube radio show is going to be big time, and it's not happening that way. We have 155 subscribers, and we've been stuck on that for a few days. And we have we have 2 videos that are getting some play. One is And that's for everybody who's on YouTube or you want to go on YouTube. My feeling is, again, I don't know anything about gaming, and I dread it when gamers come. I love it when they come on because I love their whole. I've interviewed gamers before. I used to have this online show called Love Chat 5 years ago, and we had a gamer come on who just brutalized me. That was a weird story in itself. This Love Chat show. Okay, so this is how I got started with the whole YouTube thing. And Todd, who heads the blog, he actually did some shows on there back in the day before we were burning, before he burned me every single day. We actually had him doing some shows on there, and it was amazing what was going on, because we basically Love Chat was going to be like a love line thing, and we could not get any people to call in with love problems. It was a dog. Every time I've tried to do Love Line again, I've always done it with shows that have no ratings, and unless you get calls, you're done. You're absolutely okay. Someone says you have to ask successful. Well, I'm not saying we're not going to be successful, because every success story is a struggle, and that I think it's good to be honest with your audience. So that's my feeling on the whole thing. But you start out, and anyway, so let me tell you about Love Chat. This is, in fact, this one person who's got us into this, whose network we're on. I'm not going to mention his name. He's just amazing. He's like my fearless leader. We decide, okay, doing a Love Line thing online is not going to work. I'll tell you what, I think we actually have to take a break right now. But when I come back, I'm going to tell you the story of Love Chat and what happened with this. By the way, this is the theme song for the YouTube radio show. We're not going to go away from it. I'm just giving you a little slice of what remains in my brain. So we'll be right back. I'll tell you about Love Chat, and then we'll continue on here, a discussion of YouTube. Anybody who wants to call in and comment on this, 888-909-1050, 888-909-1050 is the phone number. We'll be right back.
Are you starting a business, incorporating, or forming an LLC? Do you have a business but need legal review of contracts or have other legal needs? If so, then please contact attorney Michael Brown. Michael has over 20 years' experience advising small and medium businesses to be successful and avoid costly litigation. Initial consultations are always free. Please contact us at 949-636-8128 or by visiting us at mwb-law.net.
When was the last time you treated your taste buds to a party they won't forget? Now's the time with Stella Rosa Prosecco, the bubbly, intense, flavorful, and delicious sparkling white wine. Stella Rosa has edged out the imitators, becoming the sparkling queen of the party. So get to your local fine retailer and find out for yourself what all the fuss is about. You'll be more than satisfied with selecting the best in sparkling wines. Get the party started and celebrate. You'll be glad you did.
Hey everybody, I'm Pat Matthews, Mr. Announcer here on The Poor Man Show, and I'd like to let you know about my services. If you're in the need for voice work, whether it be for commercials, narrations, or even having your personal or business voicemail professionally done, I'm the guy. I promise quick turnaround and great rates. Check out my Facebook page at facebook.com/Pat Matthews Productions, and that's Matthews with 2 T's, or email me at patmatthews@cox.net. I'd love to work with you. Thanks for your time, and you have a great day.
Gotta give it up for Devin, the girl who does all the artwork and puts together our videos on our YouTube channel. She's 20 years old, and she came up with this music. I don't know where she found it. I love it. I love it. That's, if you go and check out our videos, the beginning says the YouTube radio show, and there's that happy music on there. It's incredible, and she's incredible. And her dad is a major YouTube superstar, but I don't know if I'm able to mention his name. But anyway, Devin has saved the day. And by the way, Devin's going to start getting paid too. Pat and I have agreed to do that. So we're having a discussion of YouTube. We don't have a guest today. Lisa Haven was going to come on, but she is our most popular video on our YouTube channel, which just started 2 weeks ago. And she's what you would call loosely a conspiracy theorist, but I'd say she's more of a reporter. and this is the edgy reporting, which goes on YouTube. We've interviewed a bunch of these conspiracy theorists. And I find all these interviews interesting. I know there's resistance from the previous audiences that I've had, but what I like about YouTube is I like the fact that you've got all alternative people, and it's definitely interesting. So we got more hits with her because our video, the heading on the video for her said, "Only some will survive September 23rd." So we've gotten, I mean, for us, for something that just started out, we've gotten about 3,000 views on YouTube for that one video, and then 128 comments. You can go on the page, just trillions of comments, because obviously a meteor didn't hit the Earth September 23rd. So anyway, that's one success we have. The other one, we had another YouTube reporter theorist. His name is Yash Kara. And he said that that the Obama and, I'm not that familiar with Sodom and Gomorrah, but he said Obama and his wife, he called them Barack and Michael, were the modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. So he got on there and he said that Michelle Obama, that's why he called Michelle Michael, was a transgender, and that the burgers you eat at McDonald's are actually made up of meat from young children that are slaughtered in dungeons. So he's got over 1,000 views, but he's climbing. And Lisa Haven's way in the lead because obviously we all survived September 23rd. She said she was misquoted. She was going to come on today because she's getting bashed and she's getting the haters. And so then at the last minute, she decided not to come on. And in a way, I don't blame her for not coming on. There's no winning on this situation. So I wanted to tell you guys about Love Chat, how I got started in YouTube around 2010. So we were gonna do Love Line on the internet. I had a big time sponsor that was paying me about $6,000 a week because he would sponsor Poor Man's Bikini Beach, and of all things, as a sponsor on YouTube, this was the most bizarre thing you've ever heard of. The sponsor was Extends. Di, do you know what Extends is?
It reminds me of the adult diaper Depends. I'm sorry, that's just what popped in my head. You asked, I said.
Okay. All right, I'll give you a hint. Late night infomercials like 5 years ago. What was the product that was pumped big? And that's a hint, the word pump.
Okay. I don't know what you would call it, but a penis stimulator.
Yeah, a penis pill. Right.
Okay.
So check this out. You're gonna love this. So these guys, Extends, were spending $10 million, a month on advertising, and the ad agency loved. I knew this guy from my K-Rock days. He bought time on here, but it was perfect because I had a bikini show on television that was it was perfect for guys who would need penis pills to make their units larger. So that thing was great. I was getting $6,000 a week for that. That's how I made my living for a long time. It wasn't daddy's money, bloggers. It was me selling ads better than even Trevor. Yes, I can sell ads better than anybody at that radio station if I put my mind to it. Sorry. But anyway, so I decided to do this online show, and Extends said, yeah, it'll be like Loveline. So they put $6,000 a month into doing this online show, Love Chat, where we were going to take love calls. It ended up, we interviewed YouTube's celebrities, just like I'm doing now on the radio. But the funny thing was, we were visual, and most of our guests were younger, and we would do crazy stuff on camera. Like we would see what would blow up in a microwave and all kinds of weird stuff. There's actually a YouTube superstar that is called Microwave something or other, and he does all kinds of crazy stuff with microwave. So anyway, we had YouTube stars on there, brought to you by Extends, and most of the people that were listening were like 10 to 15 years old. So think about this for a moment. A penis pill was sponsoring this online show, and the listeners were all 10 to 15. What do you think, Di?
Kind of sounds familiar. Like all the listeners here, 10 to 15, right?
For the last 3 days.
Yeah.
But anyway, they were spending a lot of money, and they didn't care. They didn't even track the results. But what was so funny is we had a gamer come on one time. I forget who it was, and you'd start this show, and you'd have maybe 100 people that were listening, and a big time gamer would come on. We had his picture. We had a visual of me and a visual of the gamer, unless they wanted to not be seen, or a visual whoever the celebrity was. But you would always have a visual, and you could do the cameras back and forth. It was pretty amazing 5 years ago, the technology. We had a TriCaster, and so when the superstar would come on, all of a sudden you would go from 100 people that would be watching your show online to, within 3 minutes, 10,000 people. I'm not kidding you. Their whole fan base would come right on when they knew they were live being interviewed. And brought to you by Extends. So, we would crash the server sometimes. I think our record was 25,000 people logged on within 2 minutes to hear the interview with the superstar.
Wow, that's pretty good.
If that happened with this station, it would put us off the air, I'm sure.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be calling somebody right now?
I guess so. I guess we're going to maybe put Dark Skin on. We do have Attorney Michael Brown, coming on in around 15, 20 minutes. But yeah, why don't we take another break, and then we'll have YouTube star Dark Skin. I don't know anything about him, but we'll find out about him in just a moment. As we continue here with the YouTube radio show, we're not going to quit. We're going to keep on going. But I want to be honest with you guys. It's not easy. Sometimes it's sleazy. Be right back.
Hey everybody, I'm Pat Matthews, Mr. Announcer here on The Poor Man Show, and I'd like to let you know about my services. If you're in the need for voice work, whether it be for commercials, narrations, or even having your personal or business voicemail professionally done, I'm the guy. I promise quick turnaround and great rates. Check out my Facebook page at facebook.com/Pat Matthews Productions, and that's Matthews with 2 T's. Or email me at patmatthews@cox.net. I'd love to work with you. Thanks for your time, and you have a great day.
When was the last time you treated your taste buds to a party they won't forget? Now's the time with Stella Rosa Prosecco, the bubbly, intense, flavorful, and delicious sparkling white wine. Stella Rosa has edged out the imitators, becoming the sparkling queen of the party. So get to your local fine retailer and find out for yourself what all the fuss is about. You'll be more than satisfied with selecting the best in sparkling wines. Get the party started and celebrate. You'll be glad you did.
Are you starting a business, incorporating, or forming an LLC? Do you have a business but need legal review of contracts or have other legal needs? If so, then please contact attorney Michael Brown. Michael has over 20 years' experience advising small and medium businesses to be successful and avoid costly litigation. Initial consultations are always free. Please contact us at 949-636-8128 or by visiting us at mwb-law.net.
The YouTube radio show that an older audience would love. We're back to maturity. But I tell you what, I love having the 10 to 15-year-olds on there, and they're always welcome to call my show. Any age is welcome to call the show. Thank you, Mike, for Menifee, the gamer who was on that brought 20,000 people to my YouTube radio show Love Chat, or excuse me, my online radio show Love Chat 5 years ago. Chugga Conroy, that's the name of it. This guy Chugga Conroy was the quirkiest guy, and he got really angry that my sponsor was a penis pill. Because he had 20,000 like 15 to 10-year-olds that were all tuning in, and we had these. Oh, you want to be bigger? You know, it's like, and then some women going, "Oh, he's so much bigger," and then they're all tuned into the show. Oh wow! It was crazy.
That is funny.
But that was the only sponsor we could get. And would you take $6,000 a week? That's if a penis. Let's put it this way: if a penis pill product was offering you $6,000 a week, you'd take it, right?
Not orally, but yes.
Oh, I actually was on the air. There was a beverage. I was drinking it every day too. Like I was doing my own personal experiment with Extends, refresher. And just because I know so many people want to know the answer, I did grow.
Oh, okay.
And but you had to keep drinking the product. We ran out of it. Anyhow, so we are back here. Trevor, the only thing I said about you is I said I think I can sell ads better than you. So if it's back on, fine. Okay, you win, Trevor. You can sell ads better. But that's the only way I brought your name up is because I was selling a lot of ads for my Bikini Beach show. That was just bring it up. Okay, so we have Brett from Sacramento. He's back on the line, 888-909-1050. I know Brett can't stand the YouTube format, so I'll give him his moment. You can say whatever you want, Brett. Go ahead.
All right, thanks. Yeah, I'm being nice about it and professional, mature. I just don't think this format's due. I think it's beneath you. I think, Jim, you got.
Hey, you know what? You know what? Before you speak, your phone sucks, bro. Can you call on a landline?
I'm on the road right now. Can I does it sound any better?
Yeah, that's a little better. I mean, but
I'll pull over.
Yeah.
Real fast, I want to say this. I think this new format's just not your speed, and you got to look at yourself. You're
hey, you got to pull over first because honestly, you're cutting out as you're speaking. All right.
Okay. How about now?
Yes. Go for it.
Okay. I think this format's just not for you. I'm not going to blast you or slag you on it. I just think it's not for you. You have way more talent, but poor man, you got to put yourself in the same category as Rush Limbaugh, like Tom Likas, and Howard Stern. You do talk radio. You just do a different flavor than those guys, but you're in the same category as those guys.
Yeah, but I'm missing one important category, Brett, and that category is popularity. Because honestly, the only people who listen to the old version of the show are you and the blog. I mean, it's look, if people wanted to hate on me the entire show, that would be terrific. Oh, by the way, Pat, we just got a voicemail when we tried to call Darkskin. That's why he's not on here. And Michael Brown coming up. If I just did this show, I would do the show any way you want, but I want to have a show that can be as big as Rush Limbaugh or Howard Stern. I don't want to sit and broadcast in obscurity the rest of my life. It's not fun. And I think you can do it, man. If you just you got to get the word. You got to really advertise. And dude, I've been doing it for 8 months. No. Brett, listen, I love you. You've got a blog too. You've got the Poor Club, but it doesn't work. It's not working. It should be growing. It doesn't work. That old format doesn't work.
I think the other thing is too. The biggest problem I have with either the other show or your show is no one tells people how to find you guys. I keep saying it over and over again. Everyone has a smartphone. People listen on their apps, but no one says how. You got to find where we're at. People don't have AM radios in their hands anymore. You got to tell this is where we're at. Find us on your phone.
Well,
and no one ever says find me here. If I had a show, I would do it, man. I'd say this is where my show's at.
Hey, and
find me.
Brett,
you think we haven't done that? Go ahead, Di. You have something to say.
Well,
talk to Brett. I got to grab my coffee.
Okay, the FM is up. We have 2 FMs that are to be up in, I'm not sure exactly when, but 106.5 is up. It is FM, so they repeat the show on that frequency. So not only do people have a way to reach us on the AM band, but the FM band too. And it mostly.
I agree with that. I do agree with that, but you got to we're looking for an international audience, nationwide. And this is if it was me, I'm a businessman. I would capture people nationwide. Everyone has a smartphone in their hands.
Yeah, you would do all that stuff, but you're not on the air here. You're not experiencing it. It's of course we try all the time. It's not working. 8 months into it's not working. It doesn't work the old format. I know you like it, but it doesn't work. Or what I would say, if people want me to do it the old way, I mean, do you think I want to go on the air every day and have a bunch of people in a blog hating on me all the time, like that fat pig Ken Shameful? I mean, that guy's a pig. I mean, all these people that used to be my friends are just bagging on me all the time. And you too, Trevor. You sabotaged my gig, last weekend. I don't want to bag on you. I have nothing against you. You can be the #1 guy at the station. I don't care. I really don't care. I mean, just lay off me, Trevor. And also, Trevor, without mentioning it on the air, you're my friend and I care about you. The reason I don't get in touch with you anymore, and you know exactly what the reason is. I mean, Casey, when he was shooting the video where you're promoting your gig, where you were promoting the gig, he told me what you consumed during the 1 hour.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to tell you something. I somehow got signed up for I Love San Bernardino, this blog that they have, and I said, well, you know, I should do something local in the IE. And Vanessa, who listens to the show, she's been seeing this homeless guy on 40th Street in San Bernardino, and she gives him clothes, feeds him, but he's got a very bad drug habit. That's not Trevor's situation, but they've offered rehab, they've offered all kinds of stuff, and the guy won't do it. And it was sort of heartbreaking. I read that right before I came on the air, and I wanted to talk about it. And I thought about Trevor, who, you know, Trevor, I'm telling you seriously, you can bag on me tomorrow. I don't care. And they can fire me for saying this because I'm not putting you down. I'm very concerned about your health. You have to put the bottle down. And I guess why I can't talk to you if you're harming yourself, and there's so many people love you, by the way. They love you on the radio. I mean, you get all kinds of people, they treat you well, and you've got a lot of fans going with your radio gig. Nobody hates on you. They love you. And you got to take responsibility. You got to, you know, it's reminded me of this guy that was homeless. Vanessa keeps trying to get him to go into rehab, but at the end of the day, I don't know how we got off on this. People that want to go into rehab have to decide on their own that do it. And when I see you, Trevor, I'm very concerned about your health. That's the bottom line. As a friend, you can hate on me for bringing your name up, but I can't talk to you. I can't talk to you if you're partying. I can't, and it concerns me. And so, yeah, if it's back on, go ahead, rip me. Everybody rips me all the time. That's why I hate being on the radio now. You think I want to look at a blog where people are just crapping on me all the time? Sucks.
Hey, Jim. Poorman?
Yeah.
So can I say something? This is just me. I think you could put all this behind you and really do a fresh start and just do a real poor man show. And just do it like when you talk about current events, you kill it, man, and you take calls.
But we don't get calls when we talk about current events. It doesn't work, Todd. Brett.
Todd is on the line.
Okay,
you're the poor man's Rush Limbaugh. You're the poor man's Howard Stern. You're in that category. You just have to change the flavor up.
I've been in that category. Everybody tells me that, and I appreciate that from you. Don't get me wrong. I do appreciate it, but it's not working. And everybody can tell me, well, the YouTube format doesn't work. Okay.
It was working for you, though. It was working for you. I know some of the shows you were doing was working. It wasn't because my sponsors were getting no business. Nobody is listening. Again, I got to tell you that, and it's just so frustrating. Because I wanted to quit. I wanted to quit because I don't people that are going to sabotage my. Okay, I'm going to tell you what. We're going to come back after the break, and we'll talk some more about this. So let's go to the break here. I'm not changing the name. It's going to be the YouTube radio show. I'm going to make this work somehow because you want to see the old format back. Sponsor the effer, okay?
Are you starting a business, incorporating, or forming an LLC? Do you have a business but need legal review of contracts or have other legal needs? If so, then please contact attorney Michael Brown. Michael has over 20 years' experience advising small and medium businesses to be successful and avoid costly litigation. Initial consultations are always free. Please contact us at 949-636-8128 or by visiting us at mwb-law.net. Hey everybody, I'm Pat Matthews, Mr. Announcer here on The Poor Man Show, and I'd like to let you know about my services. If you're in the need for voice work, whether it be for commercials, narrations, or even having your personal or business voicemail professionally done, I'm the guy. I promise quick turnaround and great rates. Check out my Facebook page at facebook.com/Pat Matthews Productions, and that's Matthews with 2 T's, or email me at patmatthews@cox.net. I'd love to work with you. Thanks for your time, and you have a great day.
When was the last time you treated your taste buds to a party they won't forget? Now's the time with Stella Rosa Prosecco, the bubbly, intense, flavorful, and delicious sparkling white wine. Stella Rosa has edged out the imitators, becoming the sparkling queen of the party. So get to your local fine retailer and find out for yourself what all the fuss is about. You'll be more than satisfied with selecting the best in sparkling wines. Get the party started and celebrate. You'll be glad you did.
All right, we are back here with the YouTube radio show where we're discussing whether or not I should call this the YouTube radio show ever again. And Todd is on the line. Todd, of course,
hello.
is the head of the Poor Man's No Censorship. I always forget the name, even though I read it. I do secretly
the
read.
KCAA, or the Poor Man No Censorship Group. But
You
anyway,
had to take
I wanna point out two
KCAA
important
off, right?
things here. Number one, this YouTube format is not working, and the proof is in the subscriber numbers. You have 156 subscribers, even after having people on your show who have millions of subscribers. So obviously it's not translating. People are not interested beyond just calling in and speaking to those guests and never listening again.
Yeah,
They
but
don't even wanna
Todd,
look
here's
at
the
your
thing.
YouTube channel.
Here's
So
the thing.
obviously, for whatever reason,
Todd,
that's not working.
Todd, let me answer that, then I'll let you say the rest. Okay, part of the problem with that is that the old format was on for 8 months. I mean, and I tried it in all kinds of varieties, shapes, and forms, and all it ended up was a blog full of haters on your blog. And to me, and no business for any of the sponsors. Then in addition to that, all you on your blog site rip my sponsors too. Then another radio personality with this show tries to sabotage my gigs.
Well,
to me, that old
that's
format
my
sucks,
second
and the
point
only
is that-
people that are into it are you and a few bloggers. I swear to you, dude. Otherwise,
No,
we get
I
more.
believe that part. You're right about that. You're right about that, but this is not the solution. The YouTube thing's not working either. But about this party, first of all, it was actually going to be, before it was derailed by this fake quitting thing, that people were going to go
No,
to
that was no. Listen, I'm going to cut you off right now. I quit. That is
Okay, I
not
just
fake,
noticed when
okay?
another
But
person
you know,
from
you
the
can
station
believe what you
quit, they
want.
were
Go
removed
ahead,
from the website
continue.
within 5 minutes, and then you stayed on there the entire week, and then just reappeared. But putting that aside, the gig, Trevor was going to have people over there, and then we were going to go over to your party. But I think the thing that really killed the party was that you guys were charging like $15 or $20 to get in.
I
which no one
wasn't
was
the
gonna pay.
promoter. I wasn't the promoter. Was
I know. I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying that's what killed it. It wasn't Trevor.
Right,
I'm not blaming
and
you. I'm just telling you the promoter made a mistake.
Right, but the thing that's so hypocritical about the whole thing, yes, I think he shouldn't have charged him, but that was his gig, and he's my sponsor, and I've got to respect that. But then what happened is you get guys like Steve from Orange County who wasn't going to go anyway, even if it was free, because I offered to put him on my guest list. I offered to put all kinds of people on my guest list. He wasn't going to go, so instead he just starts hammering me for this gig that they're charging $15 or $20. And it sucks because he wasn't going to go no matter what. So to me, why don't you just shut your mouth and stick a hockey stick up your ass? All right? I mean, to me, that it just infuriates me. Here I'm trying to make a living somehow, Todd, and all I'm getting is a bunch of crap. You know what? If we had as many people as Rush Limbaugh, I'll tell you what, hate on me all day and all night. But it's like I'm struggling my butt off. And all you guys are doing is just cracking on me. Like some of the guys in your thing, well, there aren't that many that do it, but, you know, people that I befriended, like that fat pig Ken Shameful. I mean, he is just, he's enormous. He's like, you know, a rhino on helium. In my opinion only. It's only my opinion, so you won't sue me. Because you won't be able to take it back. You're ugly and you're fat and you should shut your little mouth because all there is a little opening and all you do is just trash me all the time. What did I ever do to you, dude? I did a Bikini Beach shoot and got you in so you could shoot there. And then the next thing you know, you're hating on me, just like Scott Monroe Inman, who I put on my other show. Just like Todd here. Just like all these guys are just hating on me all the time.
Well, I think I'm fair with my commentary. Some of these other guys I don't even know. I've known Scott for a while. I don't know who Ken even is.
But it's
just
a
a place for people
sport.
to
How
speak. You
about
can
the
post
guy
there.
who
I
used
know
to be
you're a
my?
member. You can post
How about
back
the
to
guy
them
who
if you
used to
want.
be my?
And
how about the guy?
the point is, though, at least you have a following. Despite the low ratings, you have a following, and you could actually leverage that into something interesting. But this YouTube thing, nobody's going to care about it. No one has cared about it. You might as well move on to something else. I admit the old format was not catching on, but the new one's not either.
So what do you suggest, and what's left?
My opinion is, poor man, I feel like you don't stick with anything long enough. I really do. You'll do something for a while, and I'm not hating, I'm just being real. You'll do something for a while, you'll take a few days off or do something, and we all understand you've got something to do, and then the Ustream numbers start to drop again, and then you come back, and then you get mad, and I don't think, yes, the Facebook censorship group, they are a bunch of haters, and I got away from that group again. But you can't. Todd is hypercritical. I wouldn't call him a hater. He's hypercritical. Is that accurate, Todd?
I wouldn't say hypercritical. I think I look at the situation and comment fairly, whether it's positive or negative.
Well, but you do a fair share of negative commenting. I think poor man would benefit for more like, oh, that was great, blah, 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 blah. You guys never go, oh my gosh, that was a great show. If he did it.
I was even praising the hater bro, even when it was bashing me. I actually was praising it. So.
Yeah, and on the other hand, Todd is the one person who never, got all upset because you were picking on him. But you pick on people, poor man, and then you don't want them to pick on you back. And that's, you can't do that. Even the deal with Trevor, that's his business. He is at least a functioning alcoholic, and you don't need to worry about him. You don't.
All right.
He's a big guy. He can take care of himself.
Okay, well, listen, we got to go to a break, you guys. Michael Brown is coming back with Laws of the Absurd, and we continue.
Are you starting a business, incorporating, or forming an LLC? Do you have a business but need legal review of contracts or have other legal needs? If so, then please contact attorney Michael Brown. Michael has over 20 years' experience advising small and medium businesses to be successful and avoid costly litigation. Initial consultations are always free. Please contact us at 949-636-8128 or by visiting us at mwb-law.net. Hey everybody, I'm Pat Matthews, Mr. Announcer here on The Poor Man Show, and I'd like to let you know about my services. If you're in the need for voice work, whether it be for commercials, narrations, or even having your personal or business voicemail professionally done, I'm the guy. I promise quick turnaround and great rates. Check out my Facebook page at facebook.com/PatMatthewsProductions, and that's Matthews with 2 T's, or email me at patmatthews@cox.net. I'd love to work with you. Thanks for your time, and you have a great day.
When was the last time you treated your taste buds to a party they won't forget? Now's the time with Stella Rosa Prosecco, the bubbly, intense, flavorful, and delicious sparkling white wine. Stella Rosa has edged out the imitators, becoming the sparkling queen of the party. So get to your local fine retailer and find out for yourself what all the fuss is about. You'll be more than satisfied with selecting the best in sparkling wines. Get the party started and celebrate. You'll be glad you did.
Just to clarify everything here, I'm not going to get rid of the YouTube radio show. So will I talk about things that nobody wants to talk about? Yeah, on the days where I feel I want to do that, for sure. It's the thing that's really important, I think, for anybody is, can you be truly honest with yourself or what you're feeling? Or do you, some people are, the reason maybe they have long careers is they cover it up. You think Ryan Seacrest ever says anything that he has self-doubts about? Or I know Howard Stern has done it well, and so has, I wouldn't say Rush so much. Stern probably more than anybody, even though I've never really listened to a full Howard Stern show. It just never interests me. Honestly, I'm not a big Howard Stern fan, but he talks about the things that nobody would talk about. All right, Michael Brown is on the line. Hold on just a sec, because I'm going to put Huntington Henry on, because obviously we've had some run-ins. Henry, I can do about a minute. Then I got to put Michael on because he's got Laws of the Absurd. How are you?
I'm fine, buddy. Hey, I just want to tell you, we love you at No Censor, buddy. I like your YouTube thing. You just got to set some standards. When you got 10 to 15-year-old kids calling in, don't talk about sex and perversion to those kids, about not getting it up with the kids. Set some standards on those YouTube channels, those McDonald's hamburger guys. I mean, you're chopping your own career down every time you do that stuff, dude. You're the man. We love you, okay? Poor man, I'll let you go, and we're going to listen to Michael Brown, all right?
All right, sounds good.
How come that still sounded like a surf report?
It did. And the thing is, Di, you were here. Did I talk about getting it up when that girl was on the line?
No.
No, but the calling and listening and stuff, dude. You got a target audience you're bringing in, 10 to 15-year-olds.
Yeah, but he started it.
Set some standards for yourself, and you'll find your niche in the market. You're your own worst enemy, and we're just giving you feedback on the show, and you're looking at like we're complaining, but we're just telling you what we're hearing. But we're listening. Now,
all right. How about? All right. Okay, Henry. Henry's Surf Showcase. That's his YouTube channel. All right. Let's go to Michael Brown. Do we have his intro, Di?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Okay. Let's hit Michael's intro, and then we'll go right into it here.
And now it's time for Laws of the Absurd, the craziest laws in the USA. Here's attorney Michael Brown and the Poor Man.
Michael, I may need to hire you after today's show.
Well, I am available, Poor Man, always.
And for anybody who needs a business lawyer, and I'm actually thinking about hiring Michael for a gig I'm going to be doing. We talked about this earlier. If you need a good business lawyer, he's the man. And here's his phone number, 949-636-8128. And again, if you talk to him about something that's going on in your business, he's not going to charge you. Initial consultation, just see if he can do some stuff for you. So again, anything involving business, this is your man.
Well,
not
thank
criminal.
you, Poor Man.
949-636-8128. Did you want to add anything before we go into Laws of the Absurd?
No, not really. It's just, I get a lot of questions about, what do you mean by a business lawyer, and it covers a whole host of things, everything from reviewing people's contracts, independent contractors, questions on employer-employee matters, regulatory, anything that has to do with any type of transactional real estate leases and that. Hopefully that can clarify some of the questions that some of your viewers have been calling in about.
Okay, and again, his phone number, give him a call, 949-636-8128. And now, Laws of the Absurd. We got some good ones today, huh?
Yes, we do. We get to start off in Florida with what I entitle Singing in the Rain. One of the great joys of childhood is to run around through the park, get dirty, play in the mud, jump in puddles when it rains. However, it seems like the state of Florida does not necessarily value those same things. According to an arrest report, a 12-year-old boy who attends special classes for children with learning disabilities was being escorted with this class from the cafeteria back to his classroom when he jumped into a puddle, which splashed the school resource officer. Now, the school resource officer is similar to a policeman and has full authority to make arrests. The student was handcuffed, taken to the county detention center, where he was photographed and fingerprints taken, and he was charged with disrupting a school, which is a misdemeanor, and then he was released to his parents. Now, how many times have we been splashed by a puddle, car going through a puddle or something of that nature? But this gentleman decided that it warranted a 12-year-old boy being arrested, basically photographed, fingerprints, and even though the school acknowledged that worse things happen in the school every day that don't include an arrest, they felt that this was somehow justified. So that was one of those absurd laws just being applied in a very absurd way.
And what happened? Was he convicted or anything, the kid?
As a misdemeanor, he was cited and a fine was paid.
Wow.
Yeah,
And-
I mean, it'd be one thing if he hit somebody or if he brought a weapon, but he jumped in a puddle.
Unbelievable. All right, next, where are we going?
Next, we're going a little bit north to Wisconsin, where I entitled this Not So Free Speech. I think we can all remember the classic line from Risky Business when Tom Cruise's character says, "Sometimes you just got to say, what the blank." Well, he's fortunate it took place in Illinois and that Tom wasn't in Wisconsin. A man was riding on a public bus and used the F word and the S word during a conversation. The words weren't directed at or about anybody, but related to his sentiments at the time. Unfortunately, an undercover police officer was also on the bus. The officer ordered him off the bus and handed him a ticket for $500 for disorderly conduct. It appears that in Milwaukee, it is considered disorderly conduct to use profanity on a bus.
Wow.
So-
And did he have to pay the fine?
Yes, he did.
I'm sure people swear. People swear on the buses all the time, though.
I know. And the thing is you can swear on a public street, you can swear in a pub, but there is basically public transportation. You are not allowed to use profanity in Milwaukee.
Okay, we have about a minute and a half left. On to the next one.
Okay, this one you'll appreciate. Colorado. Would you like to buy me a drink? I entitled this. How many times have we been in a bar, approached the lady, asked to buy her drink, she accepts, and then we move to close the deal, and we are rebuffed. And then later we see her with another guy having another drink, and then another, etc. Well, if you're tired of being taken to the poorhouse shelling out for drinks for ladies who love the free booze, Denver, Colorado is your best bet. In Denver, it's illegal for a woman to loiter in a bar with the express purpose of soliciting free drinks. It is a misdemeanor, so no one can be hauled off to jail for it, but it may result in a fine and or court appearance. So ladies, be careful. You might be best just to go Dutch on those drinks.
Really? Has somebody been convicted of that you know of? Or
I could not, because it's a misdemeanor, they don't have the records available. Whether or not anybody's ever been, or the police has even been called, there is no record of.
That's a law I do like. I mean, so many women try to scam drinks off guys. Good, give them a ticket.
Yeah,
unless they're
like
going to give it up. All right, hey, thanks, Michael.
All right, take care, poor man. Enjoy.
Okay, Michael Brown, attorney. Do we have time to throw Trevor on real quick, Di?
Trevor, real quick.
Hey,
Real
poor
quick.
man.
Yeah, Trevor, listen, I didn't mean to bag on you. You're my friend.
Hey, you be quiet. The cops did me dirty. Listen,
What happened?
Well, that's just my slogan because remember that.
The station that leaves no listener behind. CNBC News is next, a courtesy of buysellmakeoffer.com, where you can post a video about items you have for sale. Sign up now. It's free.
And more money this holiday season with the National Retail Federation forecasting a 3.7% hike in spending for a total of $630 billion. That growth is a bit slower than last year's increase, but very welcome by retailers. On Wall Street today, stocks shot higher after minutes from the Federal Reserve September meeting indicated the bank would like to see inflation move higher before raising rates. And with that, the Dow today shot up 138 points. It closed back above 17,000. The Nasdaq up 19. Oil spiked higher, even topping $50 a barrel for a while, on worries about Russia's bombing campaign in Syria and the impact on the Middle East oil supplies. Jobless claims tumbling to a 42-year low this week, down 13,000. Mortgage rates are down 3.76% for a long-term loan. And Netflix raising prices on new customers only to $10 a month. I'm Tom Busby, CNBC.
Ringing in the ears, All Natural Ring Relief helps. Our customers tell the story.
Peter C. says, "This is the first thank you I have ever written to a company. Your ring relief product has greatly reduced my tinnitus. Thank you for the good night's sleep."
James H. wrote, "This is the first time I've been free of ear ringing in over a year."
These are unsolicited testimonials from our customers. No gimmicks. If you suffer from tinnitus, join the thousands who found relief with All Natural Ring Relief.
Ring Relief is available at Kroger, CVS, Rite Aid, Walgreens, and Walmart. Or go to ringrelief.com for Ring Relief eardrops.
There are no guarantees in love, but there is a guarantee from EH Plus by eHarmony, our new personal matchmaking service. At EH Plus, your own personal matchmaker gets to know you so well, we can guarantee introductions that will be satisfying and exciting. EH Plus goes far beyond regular online dating sites, and that's a guarantee. Visit us at ehplus.com/love or call 1-855-930-LOVE.
Consider this your invitation to sell. At buysellmakeoffer.com, you can sell as much as you want for the next 60 days without paying any fees whatsoever. Sound incredible? It is, and it's true. Buysellmakeoffer.com is the new exciting way to sell your stuff online. Make extra money right now. Sell your old car, furniture, video games, household items, clothes, even your home. Sell anything that's legal. Load up your stuff to sell right now at buysellmakeoffer.com. This is your official invitation to get on board to sell your stuff right now. Free for the next 60 days. And once you see how easy it is, you'll want to sign up for more because there are no item fees. That's right. Take this opportunity to move items from the other guys and sell it for free. You might even win a Samsung tablet, Amazon gift cards, and other cool prizes. BuySellMakeOffer.com is the future of online selling. You can use Skype to talk to your buyer or seller. Plus, you can use video to showcase your items. BuySellMakeOffer.com.
Good evening. It's 5:03. I'm Di Rice with the very latest in live local news here on KCAA 1050 AM. Beaumont, which has been the focus of local and state investigations, agreed to part ways with its city manager Tuesday, ending a 2-decade career effective November 15th. The separation and settlement agreement, which will pay Alan Campanikas $213,702 awaits his signature. He has been on paid administrative leave since mid-June as investigators by local and state officials continue into the research into the city's finances and the relationships with former consultants that helped run the city for 2 decades. Capanicus's home and the offices with the consultants were raided by the Riverside County District Attorney's Office with the help of the FBI in April. Capanicus will remain on paid leave through November 15th, according to the terms of the separation agreement, when his employment contract will end with the city. Capanicus is accused of poor spending and accounting practices. And an attempt to set a Guinness World Record for the largest funnel cake yesterday at the Southern California Fair in Paris failed when the doughy cake broke apart as it was being flipped in the fryer. It has to be in one piece, according to the fair vendor who was trying to establish the record. But the second attempt worked like a deep-fried charm. The funnel cake was measured at 500 millimeters in diameter, which is about 20 inches, and that is according to William Tracy of the Riverside County Agricultural Commissioner's Office, Weights and Measures Division. Inland Empire weather tomorrow, sunny and hot. Highs expected to hit the triple digits. Overnight lows tonight about 64. Currently, we are at 94 degrees here in San Bernardino. Checking out your drive. There is an accident in San Bernardino on the 215 northbound just before 2nd Street, and you've got stop-and-go traffic there from the 10 freeway. That's going to put you behind about 6 minutes, and that is the very latest with news, weather, and traffic on the station that leaves no listener behind, KCAA 1050 AM. This report has been brought to you by Unbound. Child sponsorship the way it's supposed to be. Real kids, real results. Real easy for you to help. Join the fight against global poverty at unbound.org.
This is Market Wrap with Mo Ansari, brought to you by Compact Asset Management. Market Wrap is your source for the latest investment news and expert views